little guidebook. Just to give you a little better idea and to make it so that you really understand. If you look at on page 12, house purchased for $80,000. Just purchase a house for somewhere close to that?
You did.
Okay. Add $10,000 for the improvements. The total cost of the deal is $90,000. Sell the property for $130,000. The profit's $40,000. Tax 31%, $12,400. Realized profit, of course, we didn't pay Dorothy yet, so we got to take that out of it too. But the realized profit is $27,600. Go over one more column, and we're going to see what it really says if you do it through your IRA. Purchase price $80,000, $10,000 for the improvements. Total cost in the deal $90,000. Sell the property for $130,000. The profit is $40,000. Big difference between $27,600 and $40,000 in the IRA. So, you know, that's what I wanted to really get out. Any questions?
I got a kid crisis.
You got a kid crisis?
Nice meeting you, Craig.
Okay.
Thank you.
Questions?
So what are you limited as to what you can lend money in as far as real estate goes, Art?
As far as real estate?
Yeah, who can you lend money, you know, can you just buy houses for yourself?
No. You can lend money as a private lender. You can do lease options through your IRA, and you can do, well, you can't fix a house that you own in your IRA. You can't physically go in and fix it. So you have to hire somebody to do that. But you can buy a house, you can get it fixed, you can sell it.
Could I wholesale a house to my IRA?
That would be selling a house to yourself. And I don't believe they will allow that.
I think you can do that.
I think you can if you buy it in your IRA,
Yeah,
or
that's what I'm
or-
wholesale it to my IRA to buy it.
or if you put it in a land trust. I do believe you could put the house from a land trust into an IRA.
Okay.
Wouldn't it make a difference who the trustee is of that land trust?
They probably would.
It can't be you.
No, you could.
Because that would be
You could.
that
you
would
could
be like
change
selling
trustees.
yourself.
You could change trustees. There's a lot of other things that you can actually do with your IRA that you don't have to just lend money, or you don't have to buy houses in it. Anybody see that commercial on TV? It says, well, how did that go, Steve? I did that in your office today.
What?
It's my money and I want it now. You can buy mortgages. You can buy, you know, a lot of people are buying them and they're making big money on them. Of course, you got to understand that if you buy a mortgage, you're going to get it discounted, and you're going to make money going in, and then all the interest and stuff that comes off of mortgages going in, it's going to be good.
What are you buying at? 30% discount?
Yeah, they usually go probably 30% or more.
Yeah.
Whatever they can get them for. They don't like
Depends
to
on
pay.
how desperate the guy is.
Yeah, but you got to think about that. If the guy needs the money today, and
Right.
you know, you can buy him cheap.
And normally on those, you only buy seasoned mortgages, so you know that the person is going to continue to pay.
Well, you know what? Here's the difference in that. If you take a seasoned mortgage, and let's say it's 5 years old, what are you actually getting when you get paid? The principal. A mortgage, when it's 1 day old, you're paying almost total interest on it for 5 years.
Yeah.
Banks love it because they can flip they figure you're going to flip the house or sell the house and get another mortgage. So they love to have that mortgage for 5 years, collect all interest. It's big money. So I'd rather buy one that had a little more interest on it and then sell it off. But there again, you could sell that mortgage again if you've got a package of them in your IRA. You could actually sell them off to somebody and make a nice big chunk of change on it.
Or I could just lend money to you and you could fix the house. I don't have to deal with it. You do it.
True. True.
That's what Mary Ellen does. Mary Ellen and Carol each have IRAs, and they both fix that. Well, they don't fix them; they have contractors fix them. But
Right.
they buy the house using each other's money.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
And that's how Rafaela actually has improved on her IRA, because I had another gal in the group, Rebecca, and Rebecca needed money for down payment on the first house she did, and she borrowed it from Rafaela. And that started Rafaela off, and she's done a couple other things with her money since. And she's got a nice little chunk of change in there from just starting. And she hasn't put a lot in it herself. So that's good. One of the ones I like is the tax deeds. I think that's one of the best ones I've seen, and the highest interest rates. Texas is 25%.
Yes, Arizona is high too.
Yep. And that's a real good deal. I particularly like the real estate end of it because I know it, and you really can't lose with a real estate deal if you follow the rules. Loan to value, usually 65 to 70%. Depends on who you talk to, but Edwin Kelly told me he doesn't like to see anybody do one less than 70%. More than 70%, I should say. And get fire insurance. Put them on the fire and hazard insurance, so they're covered. If something happens, the house burns down, they get paid. And if for some reason or other the loan was defaulted on, they can take the house and sell it. And at 65%, usually you got a nice area to sell the house. Suppose you sold it at 70%, you're still making money, and your IRA is still making money. So that's not a bad deal. Lease options. Right now, lease options are one of the big things going on because so many people have lost their home and now they can't buy a home, so they're leasing it with the option to buy. And people like myself will look for houses that you can lease and then sublease them and make a few bucks every month on it. If you do it in your IRA, you've got interest coming in, good money coming in from the IRA. And at the end of the year, or at the end of the term, you sell it. That money goes in the IRA. And in most cases, you can do a deposit out of your IRA to sum up the cost. What would you call that, Dorothy? You're actually holding you're keeping what's the word for it? Controlling the property with a deposit. Well, with a lease option contract, you're gonna put a deposit down. Babs has a house she wants to lease, and I give her $1,000 to close the contract, to hold the contract open.
Option consideration.
Option consideration. There's the word for it. And I did it through my IRA. We just controlled a $170,000 house with $1,000 option and option consideration, and it's controlled through my IRA. So now, if I sell the house, everything I make on it goes in my IRA. That's huge. And all payments that I make on the house, that goes in, or they make on the house goes into my IRA.
Tax-free.
Tax-free, yep.
That's the beautiful part.
When you, I just want to make sure I understood this. When you said, the money is taxed when you put it in, you simply mean that you're using after-tax dollars.
If you want to open an IRA, you can put in $5,000 a year. That's all you can put in.
Even in a
Even a self-directed IRA.
You can earn more.
You could
Then
earn
five.
more if you, let's say you put $5,000
But you
in
can't
and
just
you
put
opened your
cash in.
IRA and they put your yearly thing in, okay? With where this Tom and Mary was concerned, if they'd each taken that $10,000 and split it, and each opened an IRA, they could have invested the $5,000 each immediately into something else. But they put it into a 3% money market system. So if you put your $5,000 in your IRA, you can earn money on that $5,000. And if you earned $30,000, if you could do a deal where you earn $30,000, the whole $30,000 goes into your IRA tax.
I understand it, but my only point is when you said, my general understanding is when you put money in an IRA, it's after tax. That was my only question. When
start
you
it,
say
it's after
tax,
tax.
you simply mean it's after tax.
After taxes.
The return is tax-free.
Of course, right? Yes. Okay. All right.
But you can, if you have a good-sized IRA, you can actually roll it over into a self-directed IRA. However, you got to pay the tax on that.
Okay. Which, considering what you may be able to do with it, may be worth it.
It might be worth it, but but as I said before, if you have just a standard IRA, you can turn it over into a standard IRA with equity trust and still lend out of it. So that works.
Okay.
Another thing that you may not know, with the IRAs, you got kids in school or growing up, you might want to think about an IRA for the kids. Kids' IRAs, you can invest in other words, put money in, same as yours, and I'd have to have them do a webinar on it, but to get it exactly right. But with the kids' IRAs, you can actually do investments through their IRAs and build their IRA up. And when they get ready to go to college, you can take that money out to college. It's specifically set up for college. You can also do one where if you have a health-related problem, you might want to think about it. It's for major medical problems. That if you put it in, you can take it out if you had a major medical problem.